Hello. Wait, where are we? We are here. Oh, I looked the wrong way. Hello, lovelies. Let me just give me 1 minute here to get settled and get oriented, because it's always like I go from being inside my own brain the whole day and suddenly I'm social, which is like a bit of a transition. So let me just get settled here. Let me see. And then we need, like, it's really comfortable to be sitting here, but it's slightly impractical. Let me see. And also, we have a puppy cam today. Is it working? Yes, it's working. So right now, we have Upi with us, and maybe Bam Bam will show up as well. And Upi is being very sweet these days, because she thinks that she's having puppies, which she's not, but she has this, like... this fake pregnancy thing going on, and then she gets extra cuddly, very whiny, but very sweet company. So she's excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here today. Wait, I just need to grab my tablet so that I can see. Where shall we have this? We put that there. There we go. And also, how is everyone? How are you feeling today? Are you a tiny bit excited for what we're gonna do? Are you just like, meh, we're gonna see how it goes? Is it just like not any strong feelings, but you're excited to take a moment to just play with a bit of creativity? Or maybe you're gonna do your own thing. That is also an important note here. You can do whatever you please. You don't have to follow any of the things that I'm doing. The thing that I'm doing is more like just an invitation. So if you don't know what to do, and you don't know, like, you want to be creative, but you don't know what, then you can follow me. That's all I'm trying to say. Hey Donna, hey Lissa, I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you for joining. I'm so happy that you got your art stuff. Okay, so we shall begin with the fact that I realized after I'd scheduled the stream, I realized that I'd done that on 9/11. So I thought before we go into the practice of joy, I want to invite you to take a moment with me to settle in a little bit, and we're just gonna send some love. We are going to send some love to all the families, to all the people who have lost someone. Maybe you know people who have lost someone. Maybe you are one of those people who have lost someone. But if it's okay, I'd just like to invite you to take a moment to feel the love and send some love to all the people who have lost loved one. So we're just gonna sit here for a bit and just kind of send out some good energies, some good loving energies to the people who might be extra sad today, missing people extra today, even though that might be every day for some, but we're just sending it out there and just acknowledging the pain and the hurt that so many people go through. And yeah, just extend our own comfort and extend our virtual hugs a little bit. So I'm just gonna sit here for a bit and do that. Also, let me know if the mic and the sound and everything is okay, because that's always a little bit tricky to figure out on my own. But yeah, we're just extending some love to all the people who might be in need of it today. So, okay. Princess Appaloosa, I'm so happy that you're here too. Yeah, the dog cam is here now. An important note, if you are following along and you have no idea what I'm doing, because I'm not sure if my table is very visible, and you'd like to see what I'm doing, or maybe that is confusing, just let me know. I was like, we're gonna have the puppy cam. But if it's too much puppy cam and you want more art stuff, just tell me. Okay, so before we get started, we're taking it slow today. I'm in the mood for taking things slow, so I'm just gonna take things as they come. But yeah, I would like to read to you a page or two from a book that I think is very fitting for today. And whilst I do that, I invite you to declutter your space a little bit. You have your art supplies, find your art supplies, find the things that blah, blah, talking too fast. Slow down. Find the art supplies that you like to be using, the thing that you're the most comfortable with, that brings you the most joy, because that's what we're after for today. I will be using watercolor, which I usually do. It's my comfort medium. It's my everything medium. So I'll be using watercolor. I might be using some ink. I might be using some color pencils. Anything works really. Like there's not the thing that we're going to be do as per usual is not limited to a specific medium. We're just gonna have fun. So find your stuff, declutter your space a little bit. I wanted to read to you, but it's raining like absolute crazy and I have my window open. Let me go close that because I can hardly hear myself. Give me a second. It's better. Okay. Now how do we get back here? Like so. There we go. Okay. So I'm just gonna read to you a little bit, and then we're gonna get started. But I think this is such a beautiful little passage. So this book is called A Return to Love, and basically the gist of it is returning to love. That we return to an existence where we live through love towards ourselves, our bodies, but most importantly towards other people, towards relationships, and towards life. Really, it's just a very, I would say, a really beautiful, optimistic, loving book. And it has this like passage about passage. It has this like little page about joy. So it goes like this. It mentions God. Now, if you're not into godly things, then switch it out with something that resonates with you. I think that everything written in this book, yes, it mentions God, but it can be applied to any religion, any kind of spiritual belief that you may have. So feel free to look past the godly part if it doesn't suit you. I still think it's a beautiful thing to read. So, oh, we got Bam Bam as well. So it goes like this. God's will is that we be happy now. In asking that God's will be done, we are instructing our minds to focus on the beauty in life, to see all the reasons to celebrate instead of mourn. Usually we figure out what we think would make us happy and then try to make those things happen. But happiness isn't a circumstance dependent. There are people who have every reason in the world to be happy who aren't. And there are people who have genuine problems who are. The key to happiness is the decision to be happy. There has been a lot of talk in the last few years about allowing our feelings. It's an important concept, but one that can be used by the ego for its own purposes. Most of the time, when we hear someone say, feel your feelings, they mean feel the negative ones. Feel your pain, feel your anger, feel your shame. But we need support in feeling our positive feelings, just as much as we need support in feeling our negative ones. It is the experience of genuine emotion of any kind that the ego resists. We need support and permission to feel our love, to feel our satisfaction, and to feel our happiness. Now, this might not resonate with you, but it resonates with me because I think, for me personally, allowing myself to feel happy is a pretty new concept. Like, I've never thought about happiness or joy as a thing that I need to give myself permission for, if that makes sense. But once that concept kind of showed up in my head, I was like, oh, yeah, maybe that is true, because I lived in kind of this negative spiraling headspace for so many years, thinking that I'm protecting myself. Like if I worry as much as I do, if I think in an anxious way, and if I think in a negative way, I think that I'm kind of predicting the future. And I see now that by doing that, I'm also limiting my opportunities to be happy where I'm at, or to feel peaceful where I'm at. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. So we're gonna get started in a minute. But yeah, I think you kind of know me by now as well, that I like babbling at the beginning of the stream. So I'm just taking my time here. So before we begin, I promise this is the last part that we'll be doing before we start making actual art. We're gonna do our breathing and we're gonna do our visualizing a little bit. So let's start with a deep breath. We're gonna do 3 of them. So breathe in deeply, then hold it for a little bit, and then breathe in longer than you breathe out, longer than you breathe it in. So say you breathe in for 4 seconds, then try to breathe out for 6. And we're going to do that 3 times. So let's do that again. And just feel as you breathe that we're settling into the moment. However your week has looked until now, however you felt, or stressful things that have been going on, I now give you the permission slip to just breathe and try to relax. And try to tell yourself that you are safe. You're just going to have a loving moment for yourself, for your soul, for your creativity. We're just here to find some comfort and to find a bit of joy. So one more breath. And breathe it out. Now, we are going to start with the art practice. But in order to do the art practice, we're going to go back in time a little bit. I invite you to think about one of your happiest childhood memories. Just a memory from your childhood that still brings a smile to your face. Because for today, I think it's really important. Hey, Musi, I'm Freddie. I'm Freddie. Yep. I think it's really important that we kind of invite our inner child to come forth. Like, we all have our inner children that still live inside of us, and some people have it really vividly, like the inner child is showing up every day, finding joy and beauty and comfort in everything, every moment of every day. But I think most of us live with our inner children kind of tucked away, kind of like behind doors, protected, kind of scared. We're afraid to let it out because of judgment, because of what it would mean if other people saw that side of us. But I think an important note is also that when we kind of suppress our inner child or try to look away from our inner child, we miss out on so much innocent and pure joy and beauty that we could possibly experience. So think of one of your happiest childhood memories and try to think of why it made you happy. Then maybe it was you, I don't know, jumping in a muddy puddle with your mom, or maybe it was painting the walls with your hands with all kinds of colors, and then your parents come in and they completely freak out because you know they didn't want to paint on the walls, but you had fun and that's what mattered. Or maybe you were puzzling, or maybe you were at a theme park, or maybe you're traveling somewhere. I think for me, one of my very happiest childhood memories is building these wooden blocky things with my dad. I don't think I was more than like 4 or 5 years old. He bought me these literally just wooden blocks. So some were like cylinders, some were boxes, some were like just these weird shapes. And then he put on this classical music that I still, like when I hear that music, I get chills in the best way. And we just sat there and we built those blocks. And I was so little, but I still like the hints of that memory still warm me up so much. So I'm thinking about that right now. And I'm just tuning into that kind of like that innocent and that young, what's the word? This wonder that you have as a child that kind of gets taken away or erased as you grow older. Like society takes the magic out of things because we have to start worrying about things. We have to grow up. We have to become adults, and all the beautiful little tiny things become unimportant because there are bigger things that we need to think about. And yeah, at least for me personally, I'm just trying to find the little things again and reconnect with my inner child, give myself permission to feel joy. Yeah. So I think you get the theme for today, huh? So let's get started. I got my watercolors, I got my pencils, I got everything going on. Are you ready to do this? Are we ready to begin? Yes, and you are a whiny girl. You are a whiny girl today. Yeah, you don't have puppies. No, I'm sorry. You don't have puppies, honey. You go sleep. Yeah, you go sleep. So I got my watercolors. So again, color during these live streams are very important because it's the color that kind of brings the meaning to the emotions that we're having. Like, we're trying to connect our emotions to the colors that we're using. What are you doing? What are you doing, Missy? Go legs. Go legs. So today, it's all about happiness. It's all about the colors that bring us joy, that make us feel good. Now, these colors might differ every day, but find the colors that when you look at them now, it just makes you warm and bubbly and fuzzy and excited. And also an important note is that if you're not following along on anything, I still would like to invite you to just approach the thing that you're currently doing, approach it with your inner child. If you're writing in your journal, try to, I don't know, play with the words, like write in a weird, funny way. Or if you're knitting, add in an extra color that just surprises you and makes you happy. Just find like something small that lights up the thing that you're doing, and that in a very beautiful and simple way makes you feel a little bit better. I think it's like when it comes to joy, it's like the small things that really truly matter and help us tune into that. We always think we have to get to the big achievements or do the big things in order to truly get to feel that big bunch of joy. But I really think it's just the small stuff. It is the color that we choose. It is the painting that we make. It is the beautiful colored leaf in the forest that we see. It is a terribly rainy day with the best cup of tea. It's these tiny things, right? So, okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna get settled here. I've been talking nonstop ever since we started, so I'll try to tone it down. Find your favorite colors. I advise or invite you to find maybe 3 or 4. Don't overwhelm yourself. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it fun. The only thing we're going to do for the next couple of minutes is find our colors, find our canvas, find the brush we want to use, and you're just going to fill your entire page with those colors. Just fill it in. Even if it's just colored pencils or acrylics, you're just going to make elaborate brush strokes. It's not supposed to be making suns. It's just supposed to be movement. So just make it, maybe even do it a bit dramatic. Like, think of your inner child painting. What would that look like? Opa, Freddy, you were itchy. I know. Yeah. Nope. So yeah, just tap into your inner child and just paint as if you are one. Because you still are. You still have your childlike side in you, and we're trying to invite it forward, like lure it out of the dark. We're trying to open the doors and let our inner child play a little bit. So find your colors and just cover your entire piece of paper in those colors. Don't envision it's going to be something, just cover it in color. Now I'm gonna do that too. I haven't even cleaned my palette since the last time. Let's do something about that. So. And again, if you wonder what I'm doing and you can't see it, just let me know. And I can easily like go from the puppy cam to more art cam. And I can move it back as well if that helps. I'm very curious to know, what are your happy colors? What is like, when you think of happy colors, when you look at your colors, what are those? What are you going for? Which ones just make you feel lighter? Which ones make you look more positive on life? I saw this Instagram reel the other day. I think I even reposted it, but... And I didn't see the whole one, of course not. Hello, short attention span here. But she was just simply talking about how society in so many ways is just like so much architecture, so much surroundings. I don't know about where you come from or where you live, but here in Norway, it's just everything is so modern, everything is colorless. And she talked about how important it is to actually have color in your life for your eyes to physically see the color, and that it actually has a huge impact on how you feel and how you perceive life. Now, I should probably have finished that video to understand better what she was talking about, but it resonated. That small part right there, it did resonate. Because when I see color, it just makes me happier. And I also definitely notice that when I'm, for example, wearing black, like these pants I'm wearing right now, or I'm wearing gray, or I'm just, yeah, I'm surrounded by colorless things, it just makes me gloomy, and things just feel a little bit darker. I don't feel welcome. I kind of go more inwards into myself. I think it's probably because I am a very colorful person, can I say that? but yeah, it just makes an immense difference when there's color involved. Ooh, purples and pinks, Donna. Yeah, those are beautiful. And rainbow colors, of course. Ooh, by the way, off topic, yesterday, I don't know what happened, but it was really cool. I was driving with my partner, and suddenly it was pouring down, like really, really badly. And then we saw this rainbow, and I actually think that we drove through the end of the rainbow. Like, you know, they say that there's like gold or like treasure chests or something at the end of rainbows, and you can never seem to find the end of rainbows. But I truly think that we drove through the end of a rainbow, which was so cool. And it was like, because we drove through this, like, it was just a blink of an eye, there was a lot of color, and then we like disappeared through it and we were into the rain again. But I swear we drove through the end of the rainbow, which was so cool. So yeah, I really like rainbow colors too, Donna. And don't mind me, I'm very slow with things, so you just splash on color on your page. I haven't even started mixing mine yet, but most importantly, we're not stressing here. We're just here to have a peaceful time and to enjoy each other's company. And oh, my tea is getting cold. Musi, Freddy, do come. Go sleep. Go sleep. No itching. No. No. Yeah. You want to paint? Hmm? Want to do some puppy painting? Yeah. Today I am drinking rooibos tea, as per usual. It is finally that time again where I can drink tea with like a good conscience. I'm not a tea drinker when it's summer. Then I'm like all about the fizzy drinks and the cold stuff, and it just feels wrong to drink tea when it's hot. But now it's like, it is so rainy and gloomy today, and I have my autumn mug, and I'm in my yellow autumny room, and I got a fake candle, and I'm just like, I'm in my element. I love this. Oh, that's hot. Okay. Now, I also just, since I wanted to paint whilst being connected to my inner child today, I chose a bigger sheet of paper than I usually do. Because really, like today, I just want to make a mess. That's the gist of it. I want to make a mess and I want to have fun doing it. So I'm going to be mixing my colors. I think like you, Donna, I really love like pinks, but like dark, intense pinks. Does that make sense? Like almost reddish, but more pink than red. It's such a vibrant color. It feels so alive. So I'm going for that today. I honestly think I've chosen that color for almost any piece that we've done in the last couple of streams. But who cares? Again, the color makes me happy. That's what matters. So I'm just mixing that up. Let's see. Maybe I'll go for some blue today and mix it with some purple. I think I'd like that. And I think like a key to acknowledging happiness or acknowledging joy, again, we talked about like acknowledging the little things. And in this case, when we make art, it can simply be like the satisfaction of seeing the color mixing. Seeing, for example, what I love about watercolor is just the way that it flows and how fluid it seems. It has its own kind of soul. It has its own life. And I'm not sure if it sounds weird, but that brings me joy. And again, I'm allowing myself to just think like this, I like this. Just telling myself, you know, I like this. Hey, CJ! I haven't seen you here in so long! Oh, I'm so happy that you joined! Thank you for being here. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling good and that you are having fun with lots of sewing project and your passion project and everything. Ooh, I love that, Donna. Royal purple and deep magenta and lavender. Ooh, lavender is beautiful as well. Oh, I missed you too, CJ. Thanks for being here. I truly hope that you're... Oh, wait. CJ, have you become an uncle yet? I'm very, like... have we gotten that far? Are you officially an uncle now? I'd love to know. Let's see. Again, I'm being slow, and you guys just do you. If, like, I know that I'm not very... Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. I might miss some comments here and there. Oh, you like your tea time too, Princess Appaloosa. Oh, that makes me happy that I'm not the only one who, like, waits for autumn for, like, the tea time. It's just weird to drink warm stuff when it's warm. It just doesn't make any sense. So I'm happy we're on the same page, Princess Appaloosa. Well, I was saying something, but now I've forgotten about it. I have a bad habit of doing that. Yeah, no, I've forgotten about it, maybe. I think I had, like... I was gonna explain this whole thing in the last stream, and I just completely lost my own thread. And so, that might happen a couple of times, and I'd like to apologize, but honestly, that's just how my brain works. Oh. You gonna go to Daddy?
What?
Go to Papa.
Oh.
Go to Papa. You go to Papa? Go to Daddy, come on. No, I think she wants to be here. You don't want to keep Daddy company? No. So the third color I'm using today is a yellow ochre. I'm not sure how that's going to mix with my blue, but we're about to find out, and it doesn't matter. It does not matter. If it's going to become like a muddy brown-orange, a muddy brown, I'm going to have the absolute best time mixing my muddy brown. Hey, Millie! Oh, you're painting flowers with your dog by your side. That is so sweet. I love that. You painted this very beautiful picture in my head. Thank you for being here. Ooh, and CJ, she's supposed to arrive next Wednesday, and it's gonna be a girl. That is so sweet. That is so sweet. Please keep us updated. I'd love to know when she's here and congratulate you. That is, it's so weird to think about. You're literally like, you're 25 now. I think I'm 20. It's so weird to think about that you're becoming an uncle at this age. That's really cool. She's gonna have the best uncle. Definitely. At this point, I haven't even started painting yet. Apologies. I am slow today, but that's it just is the way it is, I suppose. So I'm just gonna start. I should probably have gotten myself some more water, but I don't have it, so I'm actually starting to paint my piece of paper with muddy water. But that's fine. I'm just taking a moment here to let my energies calm down. I've noticed that I always start out very energetically, and then slowly, as the evening progresses or the hour progresses, I go into my usual like evening mode, because it's now, what is it now? It's 7:30 here in Norway, 7:30 p.m. So I'm like in full sleepy mode. Hey, Boba! You gonna be here with us? Hey, sweet boy. We got a proper puppy camp today. It's not always Bam Bam usually likes to lay like somewhere in the house on his own, but he's actually here, hanging out. Okay, so I'm just like, I'm just gonna embrace my inner child here. I'm just literally gonna smudge my paint on here. I have not painted like a child since I was a child, I'm sure. And you can even like take, when you are painting, just like, how do I describe this? Just make elaborate brushstrokes. Spend more time on it than you would need. Like, we are doing this for the sake of the movement, for the sake of the color, for the sake of getting it onto the paper. We are not doing this for when it dries and when it's done. This is not supposed to be a painting that we're going to be framing in. You can, of course, frame it in if you like. But this is just like, I cannot tell you how much freedom I feel like I've reclaimed regarding my own art by doing these silly little things. I'm just playing around with it. Ooh, by the way, I have a little like, today's actually a pretty monumental moment for me, because I have been in therapy for 15 years. 15 years. Without a break, I've been to therapy. And today, I officially finished. I had my last conversation with my therapist today, which is weird to think about, but I think like also very freeing. I feel very ready for it. It kind of feels like I'm now, you know, I've ridden my tiny little bike with these like extra support wheels for so many years, and now I have to go ride my adult bicycle on my own. Lord knows how that's gonna end up. But I'm excited. I'm excited to, yeah, I never thought that I'd come to a point where I could feel secure enough emotionally in myself to just face life with support of my loved ones, of course, my parents and my partner and everything, but do it without that mental therapist support. So yeah, it was my last day today, so now you know. Look at, like, isn't this cool? Like, this is fun. I'm having fun. Sorry, I know I'm just like, I'm almost like giddy a little bit. I'm just enjoying this. I'm so happy that I can enjoy it. I have no idea if this is actually useful. The things that I'm saying, I have no idea if it's useful for you to find more joy in your stuff, doing your things. But like, just being silly, just making swirls, and it actually looks cool. Like, that's just a positive little perk, I would say. Thank you, Dana. Yeah, I'm basically graduating therapy. You'd think that I'd be a horribly wise person by now, but, you know, that's kind of lacking. We're not there yet, but I guess life will teach me all the lessons I need to know to become a wise human being one day. I like that. Graduating from therapy. That's a nice way to put it. Also, remember to breathe here and there. Remember to give yourself the reminder that you are safe. You are in the loving company of lovely people. You don't have to be anyone or do anything or accomplish anything when you are here. You can just be yourself, and you are wholly and fully loved whilst being yourself. Okay, now I'm a little scared because I have these like really cool pinkish swirls, and now I want to add in some blue. That's gonna be interesting. Okay, I guess I'm going for it. I am braving my fears here. Wait, I need some more tea. Wait, no way, CJ. Your sister had a sewing machine the whole time. I know that you've been talking about wanting to have like a sewing machine and everything, and she's had one? What is this? Didn't she remember that she had it? Please tell me you got it. She gifted it to you, right? Please tell me that she did. If anyone needs a sewing machine, it's you. Okay, we got some blue going on. I'm just gonna swirl it in there. And if you are following along, remember we're just here to play. We are literally just here to make the big brush strokes, make the big scary brush strokes. The ones that you would never dare to put on like a real painting, you're here to just put it in there. And it's like, it's funny, like, I'm trying to think that I don't want to think, but that makes me think more. So that's not very convenient. Hey, Dawn! Thank you for hopping in! Oh, yeah, okay, so CJ, you got the sewing machine. She's not using it, so yes, you're getting it. Am I getting that right? If not, I'm gonna be angry. I want you to have a sewing machine. But yeah, I don't want to think, so I'm starting to think more because I don't want to think, and it becomes this like overthinking thing. So again, I'm trying to make my brush strokes. I think that's an important part of it too. When you just want to make art for the sake of making art, don't spend too much time thinking on where your strokes are gonna go. Just put it in there. Just flop it in there. It might look absolutely horrible, but that's fine. Maybe even like find the joy in having it look ugly or like weird. I remember, oh wait, shoot, I need to find that. I had this, my dad sent me this picture a while ago. I think I shared it in our Discord community. We have a very lovely Discord community with amazing people in it. And if you want some creative and emotional comfort, that Discord server is the place to be. But that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say he sent me this picture of a drawing that I did when I was like 6 years old or something. And it's just fun to see how when you're a child and you really don't think about anything. You don't think about it. You just are, and you just exist, and you create the weird things that you create. I think I drawn my mom or something, and then there was like a green alien with a house or something. Wait, I need to see if I can find it. I want to show you. Give me a second here whilst I let my paint dry. Oh, and by the way, if you have gotten to that point where you feel like you've covered your page with enough color, you can start getting a pencil out. If you have a pencil, if you have an ink pen, anything, just start looking for shapes. So let me show you here. So if you've been doing a little bit like what I'm doing, you know, you probably have a lot of weird shapes and a lot of color gradients and everything going on. And I think the fun part of that is when you start looking, you can find the darnest things. You can find very funny, beautiful shapes. Or you can just start drawing, I don't know, a green alien. The green alien that I wanted to find to show you. I know it's wait. Let's see. Wait, I don't mean to be on my phone during the stream, but I just desperately want to see if I can find this. I will not spend too long. When did he send this? I don't remember. Oh, I'm probably not gonna find this, am I? Wait. Okay, it's probably much longer ago than I thought, but it came to mind, you know? Okay, no. You know, it's kind of horrible how many pictures you end up accumulating on your phone. it's so freaking overwhelming that I don't, at this point, like, I don't even want to look at how many photos I have, because I just don't want to face it. But at the same time, it's making me really anxious to have it there. Wait, have I made that? Yeah, okay, well, this is not, this is not the green alien, but, wait. This is not the green alien, but this is a purple, heady, like, something. Wait, can you see that? Is that, like, visible? This is one of my first drawings. This was, let's see, this was me. Oh, this is 2001. I was 3 years old. Oh, wait, that's not really, okay. Sorry, I can't really see what I'm doing. This is, yeah, that's me. That is my masterpiece at 3 years old. Oh, Don, you've never gotten along with sewing machines? Why is that? I think that when you get the hang of it, it's fun, but I think it's quite the learning curve to figure it out. Also, when you figure it out, CJ, I think like you will never go back when you start with all your, what are the words again? Oh, like the things that you sew. You will like, I think it will like really make the process so much more fun and easier. Though I will say, just hand sewing things, there's something really satisfying about it. I can imagine. Okay, that was one. Wait, I wanted to see if I have one more. I wanted to find the green alien. It should be here somewhere. Where's the green alien? I don't know. Okay, no. No, okay. Put the phone away. Okay, I'm not finding the green alien, but you did get to see a purple-haired something that 3-year-old me drew. Anyway. Let's get back to this. My paint has dried somewhat, but I'm gonna keep going for a little bit. Like I said, if you feel like you're satisfied with the amount of paint that you have on your paper and you let it dry, then start looking for the tiny, funny little green alien details that might be in there. If you've just popped into this stream and you don't know what we're doing, we're simply finding small ways to have fun and find joy and practicing joy through art. So it is simply just mixing our colors, making big elaborate movements, and also thinking of that tiny little, that child inside of us that was so, I hope that you were a hopeful and happy child, that you were a careless child. And we're trying to reconnect to that a little bit, because we talked about that society so easily makes us grow up really fast, and we think that we have to become these adults who have to worry about these big things, and there's so much that needs to be done and figured out. And I think just a key thing to finding joy again is living a bit more through our inner children and seeing the beauty in the small stuff, finding the joy in the small stuff. And today, actually, which was really, really fun, I had a little walk with Bam Bam before the stream. I'd like to go out with him like an hour before I get started, because, you know, regardless of how I felt during the day, I don't want to bring any negative energies when I come into the stream, and like going for a walk usually eases my mind. So I did that, and now that it's autumn, I can go over the fields again. So for those of you who don't know, I live in the Norwegian countryside. So I live in an area where there's a lot of fields, like food harvest fields. That's not the right description for it, but I think you get what I mean. And so during the summer, I am not allowed to walk on these fields because they're growing stuff, obviously. But now that they've harvested, I can walk there again. And it's been raining for days, and it's really like, and now it's just pouring down, and that means that in those fields, some patches are dry and other are just like so muddy and wet and like squishy, and I'm having the best time walking through them. Does that sound stupid? It's not. I'm telling myself it's not stupid. I like that. I enjoy that. But just like there's something so satisfying about having your boots sink into the mud, and then when you like lift up your feet, it makes this like squishy sound. I am enjoying it, at least, and I guess that's what matters, making squishy sounds with my boots. And also, the next time I see a puddle, I am determined to jump in it That is like, I have given myself homework. I want to jump in puddles again. I'm gonna go over my little swirls and stuff like that one more time, I think. Just because I really enjoyed making these strokes. And just covering my paper in paint. And again, remember to breathe. We are just hanging out, having a lovely time. You don't need to be anywhere. You don't have to do anything. You can also just sit here and sip your tea. Isn't that like something that you can say, like the art of noticing? I feel like I've read that somewhere. The art of noticing. Noticing the little things. Noticing the beauty in things. I'm not sure why I just mentioned that, but it just came to mind. It is so easy to overlook the things that at the end of the day truly makes a difference in how you feel. I'm not sure if that makes sense. I'm just, I'm sitting here for 1.5 hours. And yes, I'm talking to you, but let's face it, I'm also talking to a camera. And I'm literally just babbling to myself here. So, there are a few weird things showing up, and I might not always complete my sentences, and might not always make sense, but gosh, I hope, like, for those of you who don't know, I attended my very first art market in June, I think it was. For those of you who are waiting for the video, it's kind of on its way, also kind of not, because I'm been having a tremendously busy time finishing some businessy design stuff. But anyway, I did that first art market that I've ever done. But not just only was it an art market. No, it wasn't an art market, but it was a market, and I attended with my art. But I also offered a free art event. So I brought lots of chalk paint, I brought lots of watercolors and rocks that people could paint on, and people could do that for free with their kids. And I did that, and people loved it. And that's also, I would say, that's kind of where these Art for the Heart live streams came from. Because I had that experience of seeing how a little invitation to make art could bring so much joy to random people. Like, there were families just sitting there, and like, yes, my entire like booth was a mess, was covered in color. And I love that. Like, it was kind of this light bulb moment of, this is what I want to do. If I can be a contribution for people to just play around with art and with color, like, yes, I'm successful. That's like, my mission is accomplished. So I guess that is where these streams, also came from. I just want to share the joy of art with you. And it's also a really good practice for me, because art has been such a... For such a long time, it was a thing where I felt like where I had to like use it as a way of proving what I was capable of doing. I've had that kind of an issue for a very long time, where I feel like I have to prove my worth somehow, because I haven't had the usual upbringing. I don't have my degrees, I don't have my school stuff, and so art became a way for me to feel like I had to prove something. I'm not sure if that makes sense. And now that I've grown a little bit older, and I realized that the only thing I really want in life is to feel at peace and to feel comfort and content where I'm at. Just this reconnection with art, and just doing weird stuff with it and having fun with color. Like, it's everything. It literally is everything. Thank you for thinking that my rambles are cozy, CJ. Ooh, Donna, talking while making art isn't easy. No, thank you for like, how do you call it? For acknowledging that. It's both right brain and left brain activity. I haven't thought of that. That's true. Isn't like the right side of your brain is like the creative side? If I remember that correctly, I think so. I should probably dive a little deeper into that. I'm still working with my swirls here. Maybe I should add in some other colors. I don't know. No, I kind of like how it is though. Isn't that's kind of fun? I kind of like that. It looks very free. Maybe I'll just let it dry, and then I'll start looking for my green aliens in it. Right, Musi? Oh, no, I don't like that my phone is showing. Let's not have any unnecessary technology in the shot. I'm just gonna take another moment here to sip my tea. Oh, I do, by the way, wait. Let's do that so we don't have to sit here and wait for my paint to dry for the rest of the stream. That's kind of boring. Let's see. Wait. I came, how do you say it? I came prepared. I came prepared in case I had wet paint. Like I said, I don't have the most convenient setup, but there we go. I should probably mute this so you don't get bothered by my... Wait. Can I do this? Okay, I'm just gonna mute myself for a second here so you don't have to listen to my stuff. Oh, wait. Donna is saying largely the right brain and left brain distinction has been debunked. We use our whole brain for most talks, but yes, creative light ups the right side more than the left. Ooh, that's curious. That's really interesting. I'm gonna look a bit more into that, Donna. Thank you for mentioning it, because I think like my sister-in-law or my future sister-in-law is also really good at this like right-left brain thing, and I think I've never really acknowledged it for what it is or for the importance of understanding it, especially relating to art and other things. Like I said, I need to look into that. Wait, I'm just gonna mute myself, like I said, and then I'll be back. There we go. I think I'm back. Let me check. Do we still have music going on? Oh, we do. Okay, that's nice. Okay, I go back there. Ooh, also, I forgot to mention, if I suddenly disappear, which I really hope I don't, but we've been having electricity issues for a long time now, where it's like several times a week, everything just shuts off. It does so in like, for I think in 1,000 other homes in like this area, it just shuts off. And then it does that for like half an hour or so, and then it turns back on, which is very annoying. So if I suddenly, during one stream, disappear, that's probably why. Let's hope I didn't jinx myself. Okay. Well, I got my swirls, so I'm now gonna start looking for green aliens. If you don't understand the green aliens thing, I was going to show a drawing of, I think it was like 5-year-old me, who'd been drawing green aliens next to a house, but I couldn't find the drawing, so I couldn't show you. But I'm just gonna have a bit of fun and look for some weird funky shapes and see what I can make out of that. I also see like a pattern of like, I think for every stream that we're here, I've been using watercolor and ink, or maybe some colored pencil. I've also been using colored pencil, so I think it's pretty easy to guess what my favorite medium is. But again, like these practices, you can literally do it with anything you have. The only important part is that when you start looking for green aliens, your paint is dry. It doesn't have to be dry, but I think it's more convenient and a little bit easier to work with your piece if you have dry paint. So, oops. Are you still in shot? Kind of. Let me see. I'm curious to know though, like, what is your favorite season? I see people like, you know, everybody lives through these seasons, especially when you watch YouTube. It's like, oh, it's summer season. Oh, it's autumn season. Oh, it's winter season. Oh, it's spring season. I'm like, what if you could only choose one? What would your favorite season be? I'm also asking myself that question because I don't think I've really thought about it. Fall and winter, CJ. Really? I guess it's like, it's a very cozy season. But don't you like miss the light? Wouldn't you rather have, or maybe you don't really have, like when it's at the darkest for you, how dark is it? Because here it's like soon when it's at its darkest, I think we have a light from like 10 o'clock to 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we have like 4 hours of sunlight, maximum daylight, which I would probably say that my favorite time is also fall and winter if it hadn't been for the darkness, to be very honest. But then again, I really love summer too. Maybe spring. Especially when you've had a long winter and autumn, that feeling of when you feel that spring is coming, it just does something to your soul. It's like you are reawakened. I really like that too. I guess I like all seasons. Why did I ask this question? I feel inspired by my green alien that I keep talking about, so I'm gonna draw. Well, I don't have green right now, but I'm gonna ink an alien. I think I can try to redraw the alien that I drew. It was something like this. I'm not sure if you can see that, but wait. I think this... Wait, how I got this? I have... It's a little bit difficult to see what I'm actually showing you. Wait, I have to get closer. If I were to describe the green alien that I keep talking about, it would be something like that. It looked like this, just green. So now I'm breathing life back into that alien by drawing it into my 27-year-old art. Oh, really, Dawn? So you were also an autumn person, like you were not made for summers. Well, I guess it depends on the summer. It's a really hot summer. That kind of doesn't, you know, when it's really hot, you just sit inside anyways, and it kind of takes away from the summer experience. I think you would have liked Norwegian summers, because we might have a week or two where it's maybe 30 degrees Celsius, but usually we're at like 22, 23 degrees, and that is a nice... That's like you can still do stuff outside and be outside in that temperature. I'm just gonna be drawing some more aliens. I cannot remember the last time I drew aliens? Like, I don't even know how to draw alien because it's just... Isn't that funny? That like as a kid you know how to draw an alien. It's a no-brainer. You just think of a weird creature and you just make some stripes and it's like, and you make some lines and it's no problem. But if I now am trying to think of, oh, I'm gonna draw an alien, I immediately start to think of all the alien versions that I've ever seen. And so my mind immediately also goes into this, oh, it needs to look like this or it needs to look like that. And it's not just like, I can't just put a couple of lines down and not overthink it. That might just be me. No, I don't think it's just me. I think a lot of people might have that struggle. So now, how do I draw an alien? Like a different alien than the one that I just drew. I think this is a good practice. I need to do this more often. Because I find myself overthinking it. And this was a practice where overthinking, of course, like when you do something like this and you have a practice, you might strive for something or you might put in the intention of how you want to feel and how you want to do it. But there's no pressure to actually have to feel that way or have to make it a certain way. It's more the invitation to try it. And so I'm trying to invite my inner child to come forth. I'm trying to invite my inner child to draw an alien for me. My inner child is apparently a little bit shy right now. It had a lot of fun with the swirls though, so. But I guess that's why art therapy is a thing. You actually use that practice to untie some emotional knots that you have. I cannot for the life of me. Oh yeah, it's really small, CJ, I guess. I'm trying to draw a bigger alien now, but it's just like, my brain is just like, no, we don't know how to draw aliens, so nothing is appearing. Wait, okay, you know, I'm just gonna be silly. That was the entire point. I'm not allowed to think, I'm just supposed to be doing. So, here we got an alien. And there we got another. This is an alien with one eye. Yeah, it looks like an alien with a bow tie. Okay, there's another one. Maybe it has really big feet. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna keep on practicing my aliens. If you don't know what to draw, try drawing aliens. It's surprisingly difficult. Okay, let's try drawing a blob of an alien. Like a duck-shaped alien. It has like a... Oh, that looks like a bird. Bird with a... I don't know what I'm doing, but that's okay. Okay, so we got a duck with a shark fin. Why not? Oh, this is surprisingly hard. I have to laugh at myself here. What even is this? But I'm not, I don't, Okay, so now we got a snowman with a square head and ears. Let me see. My head is surprisingly blank. I definitely need to do this more often. To just allow myself be free with whatever I'm doing. As soon as I involved the aliens, my brain just started clogging. Is that the right word? No. But you get the point. Okay, another alien. I know I suddenly got very quiet. I'm having an inner conversation with my ego here that is trying to overcomplicate things horribly. But this doesn't have to be complicated. Now we got a chain worm alien thing. I cannot remember the last time I drew something where it's like, you know how kids draw things where they just make a circle and they just put arms and legs like straight lines on them? When did you, for example, just last time made art where you did that? Okay. Ah! It's interesting how, what are the other live streams, what we've done? We've had self-compassion, we've had anxiety. The first one, we also had some kind of a theme going on there, but like those were easier because they, like, to me, they were more centered around not darker emotions, but more emotional emotions. And now that I'm actually trying to do something silly, this is hard. I'm surprised. It's like, I didn't have any problems making the swirls. That was fun. But like when I would want to just draw something silly, there is something weird showing up in me of like, oh, don't be weird. Oh, don't draw attention to yourself. Oh, these kind of things. So I guess this is just showing me areas where I can show myself a bit more love or show myself a bit more attention of this is something we need to work through, because I can completely and fully and safely draw some weird aliens on my paper, and I can just laugh about it and have fun with it. And yet that is the part that is difficult. I don't know. It's interesting. I am having some personal epiphanies here. But I guess that's what this is for. I'm literally, like I said, after 15 years of therapy, I'm ending it today, or today was the last day. So now I need to start learning how to therapize myself. So I guess that's what we're doing. Like off topic, I think. But wouldn't it be... I keep on thinking, like, wouldn't we, or like children in our society today, benefit so much more from if we would actually be taught some life stuff in school? Like, when you think about it, you know, we learn all these subjects and we learn all these things academically that we supposedly need to know for the future, but we aren't learning anything about growing up and the challenges that you face as a human being. We aren't taught how to take care of ourselves, or how to strengthen our mental health, or what we can do to regulate our emotions or become emotionally and mentally stronger. Like, there's none of that. We're all just thrown into school to learn the academic and the work side of things, but we're not actually taught anything on how to survive it. It's just, yeah, that's kind of sad. I think a lot of people and a lot of lives could have been saved if we were given some more tools to grow up with that could give us support, help us, teach us, support, and to find it here. Because I think a lot of us have had the experiences of like being alone, and how do you navigate that when you feel like you have nobody to turn to? How do you navigate your heavy emotions? How do you navigate yourself through turbulent times? And I think like the scary part as well is, yes, there is so much information out there on the internet. There is so much information, to the point where it's like, who do you listen to? Whose information do you take in, and whose should you probably like step away from? And who is saying the right things, and who is saying the things that is useful, and who is saying things that is actually making things worse and you aren't even aware of it? And it's like, oh, life is exhausting. I think though, for me personally, what I'm starting to learn now, which I'm very grateful that I'm starting to learn, is to kind of trust my own, should I call it gut feeling? Like I consume a lot of information about things, but before I actually allow it to change something in my life, I let it go through a lot of filters of how it feels. Does it resonate with my values? Does it resonate with my morals? Does it resonate with how I want to live my life, and how I want to treat my life, and how I want to treat others? But I think I've also been incredibly blessed that I haven't taken the usual route of life, I would say. In that regard, I'm very blessed with the past that I've had, because it has given me the opportunity to think a lot. Like, think about life stuff a lot, and it's finally kind of starting to click and make sense, and I'm finally starting to reconnect, or like connect with myself in the first place. But yeah, I think society could definitely benefit from some mental health prep from early on, but that's like a topic for another time. Yeah, but yeah, I've said my thing. Anyway, I think I'm also babbling to avoid my aliens. I'm just, for dear life, trying to not look at the aliens that I want to be drawing, but for some reason I'm having a struggle with. Hey, Mama. Hey, buddy. I want to keep us company again. Sweet boy. Oh, my sweet bubble. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, how are you all doing? Oh, wait. Thank you, CJ. The playlist has stopped playing. Let's do something about that. Let's see. Let's just start all the way up again. There we go. There we go. It should be working again now, I think. But yeah, is anyone making any progress with the art? I think like a part of me wants to apologize because I think like the practice today went a little bit all over the place, but I think, you know, also that was kind of what the practice was for, to be all over the place and just to be messy and to not really make that much sense. Yeah. Okay, so what we're like, this is what we're currently working with. If you look very closely, we got some interesting things going on. I guess I'll just keep working at it. Now, if you've gotten to the point where you have added enough details or shapes or been looking for things and just putting it in there, you can also, I really enjoy putting in some words. Put in some words that you think are funny, or positive words, or words that just kind of make you giggle, or just, yeah, words that give you a good feeling. So let me see if I can come up with an idea here, or like yeah. For example, puddle. I don't know what, but when I hear the word puddle, it just makes me smile. I guess because when I hear the word puddle, I imagine jumping in puddles. I heard the other day that, you know, every word in our vocabulary that we know, we associate with a story. So, you know, and that kind of makes sense, because when we describe our past, when we describe things that we've done, like everything is attached to words. So I want you to think of the words that are attached to good memories, or to things that you enjoy. For example, if you enjoy playing the violin or swimming in the sea, just write sea, write violin, write Brussels sprouts if you love eating Brussels sprouts for dinner. I do. I remember as a kid, that was my favorite vegetable. Overcooked Brussels sprouts with lots of butter and salt. I should eat that again soon. I can't remember the last time I ate that. But yeah, overcooked Brussels sprouts. Oh, you know what? I'll write Brussels sprouts. Just write words that are silly. They don't have to make sense. But maybe they make you laugh, or maybe they make you remember something cute. Brussels sprouts. I have a good memory from Brussels sprouts. Yeah. And puddles. I will write puddles. Puddles. Oh, that's cool, CJ. Finish some artwork for transitional effects. So like the art that makes different frames transition. Do I understand that? Like you have two frames and then you make the artwork that makes it float seamlessly together. Is that kind of thing? For those of you who don't know, CJ is an incredible animator, and he makes this amazing, what do you call it? Oh, it's not cartoons. Sorry. It's, well, animation, I guess it speaks for itself. So it's really cool to see, like in our Discord server, he's shown us a lot, and it's just really fun to see how you create that. It looks very, very tricky and it's very detailed and long work, but yeah, I'm very impressed by it. Ooh, the word books will always make me happy. Books. I guess open bam bam. Just fill your page with all the words that make you happy. Sunshine. I like sunshine. What else? It's also kind of like when you ask yourself to think of something, which usually always shows up, but when you ask yourself to think of it, it just completely becomes blank. It's like the opposite of the elephant in the room thing. No, it's the opposite of thinking of a pink elephant. Isn't that it? When you're asked to not think of a pink elephant, you think of a pink elephant. But also, if you're asked to not think about anything, no, when you're asked to think about a specific thing, you can't for the life if you think of it. Does that make any sense? I have especially this problem with like when my partner asks me for a song And he's like, what is this song? And he starts singing on it. It's like, yeah, I can't know. I know the song. I know exactly what song it is, but I cannot remember what it's called. Oh, gosh. Right. I'm trying to read your comment, Donna, but for some reason it cuts off somewhere. So you muted because you had to run to a Zoom meeting? And you were halfway through the meeting and you gestured and my whole hand was... Wait, I don't get it. What's going on? Oh wait, no, did you mean that your whole hand was covered in paint or something? That would be so funny if that was the truth. I'm still just making my shapes. And I'm just popping in some weird words, and I'm putting in an eyeball there and a weird hat here, and it's just... At least I'm enjoying myself, but it's definitely... Yeah, I think it's important that we manage to give each other, give ourselves grace. Because I definitely noticed that with like the other live streams that I've done, I've been a little bit more relaxed with my practice, and today... I'm not. I find it harder to just be free with it, and I'm gently trying to tell myself that that is totally fine. And that every experience regarding anything will always be different and unique in a way. And I'm still having a good time. It's just, you know, when you just feel a little bit off, like there's something. There's just something. I'm not sure if it's the green aliens that got me. Maybe I started obsessing too much over the aliens. Oh, wait! Oh my, that's so funny, Donna. Donna's hand was covered in blue neo color. Oh my goodness. Wait, was it with acrylics or with watercolor? Because one of them is slightly harder to get off. Or maybe with oil. That would be really bad. I wish I could have seen that. Thank you for sharing it. Yeah. That made me smile. That brought me joy. That brought me joy. It's these small things, right? Just hearing these funny stories. And also sharing them with each other, talking about things funny things that happen. It's like that's also such a fascinating thing. You never know when something you say can bring something you say that you think is silly or weird or like you disregard it, like it's not important or anything. And then someone else hears it and it might mean everything to them. And it might make their day. And it might make them smile. Yeah, we should just never underestimate the impact that we can have without being aware of it, if that makes sense. And I think that also is really truly proof that no matter who you, like the perception of yourself, like people see you through a different lens. And I think that people always see you, or most people in most cases, see us in a better light than many of us see ourselves. And yeah, we should allow ourselves to give us a bit more grace, and I don't know if that makes sense, but find a bit of confidence in that, I think. Donna, you made my day with your wavy blue hand. I'm gonna picture that for the rest of the evening. Waving in a Zoom meeting that is probably like professional, and then you just have all this paint flying around. I love that. I love that. I think my pen is... I'm losing my ink here. Oh, wait, what is this, Donna? The Caran d'Ache, I can't pronounce it, Neo color. What, crayons that activate with water? I've never heard of that. That sounds really cool. So it's not the same as like watercolor pencils, because those I use a lot, but crayons are like these thicker ones, right? These thick cylinder ones. I need to look into that. I didn't know that existed. Ooh, I love that, Donna. I will definitely look into watercolor crayons. I love the sound of them melting away in pools of vibrant color. Like, that's just music to my ears. I will definitely look into that. That sounds really fun. I think I'm kind of like, yeah. This wasn't my... No, I'm not even gonna say it. No, I'm just gonna stop myself right there. I was about to say something that has no place here. But this was definitely one of my lower energy practices. I'll show you. This is where we're at. We got some swirls, and we got some weird aliens, and we got some circles and an eyeball and a couple of words. That's what we managed today. Ooh, that sounds fun. Fun. Perfect for art journaling. Okay, yeah. I'm convinced, Donna. I will definitely have a look at watercolor crayons. I love the sound of that. Yeah, I'm also very like anything like new watercolor medium related. is always very exciting. Okay, lovely folks. Hey, Lissa! How did it go for you? Did you draw any aliens? Yeah, before I even end this, how did it go for anyone who joined? I'd love to hear it. It's always really fun. Also, if you'd like to share what you did, you can tag me on Instagram with ATravelerofWorlds, or you can hop into Discord and share it there if maybe Instagram feels a little bit too daunting. But yeah, I am on a mission to spread more joy and more creativity through these little practices. And so if you want to come along for that, feel free to share your work. I'd love to see it. It's always like, you know, I'm sitting here, I'm doing my thing and I'm showing my work, but like you don't have the opportunity to show me, which is a little bit sad. But, you know, I guess that's what Discord is for, so you can hop in there. But yeah, today was a bit of a... yeah, I'm just not gonna finish that sentence. It's okay. I'm giving myself grace here. I did have fun though. It was just really lovely to hang out with you guys. And I had a lot of fun with the swirls. And yeah, just certain things I need to practice on, I guess, in my brain. And I'm a little bit tired, so... Okay. Thank you all so much for hanging out. It really means the absolute world. I do these streams bi-weekly, so it's not next Thursday, but it's the Thursday after that again. I will do my very best to kind of like make things a little bit more autumnal and cozy and maybe follow a bit more of like a theme. See if I can figure that out. And yeah, I think that is it. Thank you for joining me. And take care, everyone. I appreciate you all so much. I hope you enjoyed it just a little bit. If you did, of course, please hit the like button. That would mean everything. That truly would mean everything. So, yeah. Thank you for your wonderful comments. Yeah, you guys really make my day to just hang out and write to me, and yeah, to just be here. Just know that I truly appreciate it. And I'm just really grateful. I'm really grateful. I hope you guys found some color and some joy through this little practice. And yeah, I'll find my off button before I start like rambling awkwardly. Let's try to avoid that. Where's my off button? Give me a second. My off button is... Have a beautiful day as well, Donna. Thank you for stopping by. And you too, CJ. I'm very excited to hear about when you become an uncle. And thank you for joining, Lissa. Thank you, everyone. It means so much. I will end the stream now. I found the button. So, see you in 2 weeks, or maybe in a video, or whatever. We will see each other. Yeah. Over and out.